Hi, welcome to another episode of I Am Trans News. I am your hostess as always, Novana Beta, and today I'm going to be talking to you about a UK man, trans man, who must go abroad to legally be recognized as the father of his second child. This article was posted on October 20th, 2021, so it's almost a month old. But I just saw this article pop up, so I'm going to let you know what's going on, okay? So without further ado, make sure you hit that like button, make sure you subscribe, and here we go. Oh, this article also was posted by Vice World News, if you want to go check it out yourself, okay? So it says here, Freddie McNeil, a trans man who gave birth in 2018, hopes to give birth to a second child in Sweden, where trans men can be registered as fathers. A transgender man who lost a legal battle to be named as the father or parent of his child on his child's birth certificate is hoping to crowdfund medical treatment abroad in order to receive legal recognition for his second child. It says here, Freddie McNeil gave birth to a child in 2018 in the UK after transitioning to male in his early 20s. He is now pregnant with his second child, expected earlier next year. In 2020, both the High Court and the Court of Appeals ruled that McNeil could not be listed as the father of or parent on his first child's birth certificate, where he would be named as the mother. With McConnell arguing that this was a breach of his human rights, the case was subsequently been referred to the European Court of Human Rights, which is abbreviated ECHR. The child, who is now 5, remains without a birth certificate. So they ain't got a birth certificate? Oh, okay. He said, either I'm going on there as the father or nothing at all, period. Now McNeil's mother has launched a crowdfund to help raise money for him to give birth in Sweden, where legally trans men can be recognized as fathers on the birth certificate. The crowdfunder states the fund will cover travel, self-catered accommodations, living costs, a bilingual something, I don't know, doula, I don't know what that is, medical bills, and a passport for the new baby. Okay, it says here, if successful, McNeil will be at least the second openly trans man to travel to Sweden to give birth, after a German trans man traveled to the country in 2019 to give birth. Vice World News understands. Okay, it says here, I don't know, sometimes they just put the randomest stuff in here and it kind of throws me off. So I'm sorry if I do be doing that sometimes, because I know I'd be like, what? But anyway, it says here, I'm just going to go through. It says here, in UK, the only person who can give birth to a child is legally listed as the mother on the birth certificate. In the case of lesbian couples, only the woman who gives birth to the child will be listed as the mother, while the other will be listed as a parent. McNeil hopes to change the UK legislation, and that will both help trans parents as well as the LGBTQ parents or those who adopt. Okay. It says here, McNeil remains optimistic about the outcome from the ECHR appeal, and they are quoted as saying, if we were to reach a point where it became clear that there was going to be some form of legal recognition enshrined or transparent, that would be a huge relief, he said. To know we had the legal security or recognition would be massive, especially given the current climate in the UK when it comes to trans rights. as you already know from an article that I posted and read and all the other good stuff a couple weeks ago, maybe about a week or so ago, about what was going on in the UK and how LGBT people are having difficulty getting their medical cares and medical needs met. That's what they were referring to. Please check out that video if you want to get more information about what's going on with the healthcare system when it comes to LGBT people. All right, so with all that being said, what do you think about this in the comment section? Do you feel like as a trans man, you should have the right to be labeled as the father? And it's kind of a little confusing to me. That's the first time I've heard about this situation happening. I didn't know that there were trans men who were getting pregnant and wanted to be labeled the father. That's the first time I've ever heard that. Is that the first time you have ever heard of that? And how do you feel about that? Make sure you leave it in the comment section below, okay? Make sure that you also hit that like button and that you subscribe, hit the notification bell. And with all that being said, of course, I am Novana Beta, and this, as always, is I Am Trans News.